All right. Jay Martinez with Fight Hub TV, sponsor of Stagefront VIP. Robert, it's good to see you. Always good to see you. Always good to see you, man.
Always good to see you.
Always good to see you.
And I was great to be in Texas.
Yeah.
Dallas, San Antonio, wherever. This is my home, bro.
You're second home.
You know what? Honestly, I already talked to with my wife. I talked about it with my wife, and we have a kid in high school. Alvin. His name is not even Alvin, but we call him Alvin. He has 3 more years of high school, and after that, I think we're gonna move over here. Bro. I love it in Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas. Robert, there's a lot to talk about currently right now in the current state of boxing. I know we were supposed to talk a couple of weeks ago, but I'd like to just jump into it. Obviously, you trained Anthony Joshua for his previous fight, now being under Derrick James. We saw his performance versus Jeremy Franklin, and obviously in the UK, came out victorious. How would you rate his overall performance?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with them. I'm pretty sure people might think I'm lying about it, but I didn't see the fight. I was in Sahuayo, Mexico. I had fights over there. I was with my dad and Mikey, and actually we had an amateur fight, so it wasn't really like we were there for fights. We were there for an amateur fight, one of our amateurs, but it was. Right there in Sahuayo, Michoacan, my dad grew up very close to that town, so they did como un homenaje, to my dad, Mikey, myself. So that's what we had already committed that we're gonna be there. So over there, I couldn't get the fight. I only seen what people were commenting, what people were saying about the fight, and I seen like a small clip. What I seen is Anthony fighting on the outside, throwing the jab, backing up, and
like you said previously,
and then sometimes jabbing and holding. I read a lot about people criticizing him that he looks scared, he didn't want to fight, he's done, he shouldn't be fighting, he's gonna get hurt. I heard a lot about that, but I'm also not a trainer. Even though he was with me and not with me anymore, I'm not gonna criticize that because his size, his body. What else do they want to see from somebody that big? They don't say that about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury jabs, holds, 1-2 holds, jab. Tyson Fury does the same. Wilder's looking for just that one fucking right hand. So I think Anthony did what he was supposed to do. I think Derrick James is a great trainer, trainer of the year, with an undisputed champion, with a unified champion, possibly soon to be undisputed also if he beats Crawford. So he's a great trainer. So when people just go out there and criticize, well, it's because they just want to make somebody look bad. Honestly, I'm not gonna say nothing bad about him. I think Anthony's a great person and so much talent. But yes, they need 2 or 3 fights together. People can't see a difference in just one fight. With me, it was even a more difficult situation. We were going against Usyk, pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world. Somebody that had already beat him, pretty convincingly. So for me, I had a more difficult task, going in there against Usyk. This time he came to the United States like I advised them. They picked the right opponent, and hopefully they pick another 2 or 3 like that, because Anthony cannot go his next fight against somebody like Tyson Fury or Wilder, because that wouldn't be the right thing to do. It's also business, Eddie Hearn is also a businessman. His management team, they're also businessmen. So if they get offered a Tyson Fury fight and make $200 million, they're gonna go for it. Why not? Because they know they still have that doubt. Anthony could probably lose to nobody, and then they lose that big, huge payday. So it's a business also. So I also wouldn't blame them if they did. But the perfect ideal plan for me is, like I told him before I left after his last fight, 2 or 3 pick-em fights, where he looks good, where he gets his confidence back, and then put him in something big.
Yeah, the critics were strong on him on social media. They're very critical on him. But could you also believe, as a trainer, as a fighter as well yourself, that loss he's coming from? Do you believe that maybe psychologically Joshua's still kind of battling getting that confidence back? Could that be another issue?
You know what? now that you brought that up, some people told me I didn't read because I tried to stay away from whatever was coming from Anthony because I don't want to get upset or I don't want to be negative. Because believe me, they treated me really nice. They were great people. But I think there was a comment that I said that after the fight where Anthony had Usyk pretty much out hurt in the 9th or 10th round, I don't even remember. But then the following round, Usyk came back like it was him that hurt Anthony Joshua. Where I said I think Usyk came back mentally stronger than Anthony Joshua, and I think that's something that Anthony didn't like to hear that from me. But if he wants me to lie, I would have lied. But no, I say I keep it straight with my fighters. I tell them, look, you fucked up. You did this wrong. You did that wrong. You think I'm gonna applaud him for what he did with the belts, grabbing the belts and throwing them out? That's not, that's not right. And the whole world knows that was not right. So if he wanted me to, oh, that was the best thing you could have done after the fight, then I'm fucking lying to him. I'm just a yes man. I'm not a yes man. You know what I mean?
I know
I'm
exactly.
not a yes man. I got to tell my fighters, you fucked up. You shouldn't have done this, because you got to be real to them, or else then I'm just gonna be a yes man. But if he didn't like that about my comment, saying that Usyk came back stronger after the round that he was almost out, he came back stronger, mentally stronger than Anthony, then I made a mistake by saying that. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to say that. But I think I said the truth. I think the whole world's seen it, and not just me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So right now I just did what I advised. Come to the United States, train in the gym where you're not the main guy, you're not the only guy. You have scheduled to train because Derrick James is busy with his other champions.
Like Martin,
yes, he's busy with all those guys. So he has. So this time he came, he had to train at a certain time. I'm pretty sure he had to, work hard because he knows these other young fighters are fucking, give him an example. So he wants to train as hard as them. So I think that helped. That I think that should help. But you can't see that in one fight. You need three more of those.
That's what Eddie Hearn just said just moments ago when I spoke with him. He said he wants to still keep building that chemistry with Derrick James and probably give him another fight where he can keep building his confidence. But if that fight does play, the fight happens with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, the fight that all of us are waiting for. What advantage do you believe that Joshua would have over Fury? Because Fury's, let's be honest, Fury's is also a special fighter, special heavyweight fighter.
The advantage that he might have, because I felt it, is that power, bro. I think if he lands, he could knock Tyson Fury out because he does hit hard. He's very, very strong. I don't think he'll beat him in any other way. Tyson Fury is so smart. He's so confident in the ring. He's unstoppable, man. He'll bully you if he has to. He'll slap you around if that's what he wants. But Anthony has that power. He does have power, man. And if he lands a solid punch, he could hurt him. Wilder dropped him and almost had him out. When they fight the first time. So I think that's the only chance he has, if he lands that right punch and knocks him out.
They're also talking about Joshua, Deontay Wilder. That could also be a possible fight. And Deontay Wilder can go be down in the scorecards the entire time, and he just catches you with that one punch. So
that's all
do you think that also would be a good fight?
One punch is all it takes. That's what I'm saying. Tyson Fury could be dominating, and then if Joshua lands and hurts him, then he wins. That's just the way it is. With a fight with Anthony and Wilder, they both hit crazy insane. I don't know who hits harder because I've never felt Wilder's power, but I felt Anthony's power, and fucker hits hard, man. That he does, bro. He does.
No, you put a lot of emphasis on that.
So it'll be a fight where they're both a little questionable on how they mentally and all that. The world knows that. So it will be mostly, let's see who lands the first punch, I guess.